Hello, what do you think? They're so cute, aren't they? I just used what I had in my little box of tricks here. I've had this box since I was younger than my youngest daughter Phoebe. I always kept my Fimo things in here, and I still do actually. I've still got all of my, like clay shaping things and cutters and things. But I also keep all things for making, I don't know, mending and making jewellery and stitch markers and things like that. That's where it all lives. And I had these two little charms that were sent to me in a lovely gift from Nancy. Hello Nancy, thank you so much. I have emailed you, I hope you've got my email. And I wasn't sure if they were supposed to be for stitch markers or something, but I thought, well, there's two and I love lobsters, so I'll turn them into earrings. I don't often wear earrings, but if I am going to wear earrings, they will be lobster ones. So it is, I'm actually starting filming really late in the day. It's Saturday today, it's about 5:30, and that is because I wanted this little week of daily vlogs to be purely about the crafting that I managed to fit into my days. And I haven't managed to fit any in today at all. I have been doing housework, chores, I've been for a nice 6-mile walk, I've done the shopping, I've given the kitchen a thorough clean, I've done just stuff around the house and just general sorting and tidying. I'm really glad that I've done it. But there hasn't been any time for sitting down and getting any crafting done or anything like that. And I wanted it to be a realistic view of my week and the days when I don't get to sit and do anything. However, it is now 5:30. So about an hour or so before I need to do anything about dinner. Everybody's quite happy. So I think what I am going to do is give myself an hour. I've got about an hour left of my audiobook. So I'm going to go and get changed out of my walking stuff, put some clean pyjamas on and do a bit of cross stitch. I really should be finishing my sock. I really should be casting on another sock. I've got to work on my eldest daughter Lilia's going away to university blanket. And there's a couple of other things I want to start and do as well. But the cross stitch is calling to me, and I love listening to an audiobook and cross stitching. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I struggle with Saturdays. I really don't like them. I think it's because we have, I get really anxious about antisocial noise, and one of our neighbours has been known to be noisy on a Saturday night, not all the time, and touch wood, not today, but it makes me anxious. We have a community venue near us as well. They just, usually for community events, but occasionally they will hire it out for parties and things, and I get really anxious about that. It only ever happens on a Saturday. So I think that contributes to how I feel about Saturdays. And crafting for me is something I do when I'm relaxed, not just to relax. I feel too wound up sometimes to do certain things if I'm feeling really anxious. Although I do find out of all the things I do that crochet is the thing I can turn to if I need something to help calm my nerves. So I can pick up some crochet and focus on that, or even just reading about it or looking at images of it really helps. But I've gone off on a tangent. I don't know where I'm going, other than to say I'm going to sit for an hour, listen to my audiobook, do some cross stitch, and put some pyjamas on and keep my earrings in for a bit. The reason I don't wear earrings that often, by the way, is I do have my ears pierced, and I've got them pierced, each of my ears is pierced about 4 or 5 times. However, about 12 years ago, no, longer than that, so throughout my late teens and into my 20s, I suffered with ulcerative colitis for a long time. And in fact, in 2012, I had an operation that completely removed my large intestine. I have a J pouch now, and which I've spoken about quite a few times on this channel before. But if you're interested in what that is, I will link a video underneath on my other channel where I do talk about what a J pouch is and why I have one. Where was I going with this? Why am I talking about having a J pouch and having no bow? And earrings, that was it. So yeah, so throughout my life of trying to get this illness under control, I went through all kinds, because my ulcerative was pan ulcerative colitis, so it affected every single part of my bowel. And it was really difficult to get under control. In fact, they couldn't. And one of the medications I took was an intravenous one that I had to have every few weeks, and it made my body reject my earrings. So like I just couldn't wear them anymore. All of the holes became infected and really, really sensitive as well. So now it doesn't matter what kind of metal I wear, whether it's gold, silver, stainless steel, anything. I've tried everything. It really irritates my ears after a couple of hours. So I don't tend to wear earrings, but when I do, I really like wearing them. So I'm going to keep these in for as long as I can. First thing I've made today. One of those things where you think, I'll do that, and then when you do it, it takes you about a minute. I'm in my pyjamas, please no judgment, but I'm wearing a AEW t-shirt. I was so invested in Adam Cole and MJF, I can't even talk about it. It's Dan's fault. He watches AEW every Sunday morning, and I'm usually editing or doing emails or just sitting knitting or something, and he took me to, when they came to Wembley and we went to see him. It was fun, and I bought a t-shirt. It is now about 7:30. Lydia's just got home from work, so I'm just heating up her dinner for her. I made carbonara for the first time with pancetta, and I made the sauce with our own eggs and everything, and it was lovely. And I did Lilia's, so I'm just going to heat that through. And I had a lovely time listening to my audiobook and working my cross stitch. I'm going to keep doing that. Keep doing the cross stitch whilst we're all sitting watching telly this evening, so I'll show you how I'm getting on with that. I may do a bit of knitting as well, I'm not sure. My heart's really in the cross stitch, but I also really would like to get my sock finished, and I am enjoying making it. So I will update you as the evening goes on. I finished my audiobook. I've been listening to Tidelands by Philippa Gregory, and I will talk about it more on my other channel, but let's just say I was disappointed when it finished. That's all I'm saying. So I need to find a new book that's maybe less about absolute abject hardship in the 1600s and more, I don't know, something a bit lighter. We're probably going to watch Doctor Who though. So it's going to be Doctor Who and cross stitch, or Doctor Who and knitting, or Doctor Who and both of those things. But you can join us, and I'll take you with us for my evening of crafting. Were you pulling faces then?
No.
It's very hard doing cream on white, so I've got my light on. Dan's making us watch darts. I'm not sure about darts and cross stitch. I don't think that's going to be my video title. I suppose it's similar, isn't it?
No.
A long sharp thing that you have to hit the target with repeatedly.
No.
What's time? 10:30?
10:30.
So I was going great guns on my cross stitch. I don't know if you'll be able to quite see the cream colour. I think you can. I'll show you better tomorrow in the light. Yes, but yours was blind as a bat. but I was getting tired and I started to make a few silly mistakes. So I put it away and then I started knitting and then I had a glass of wine and then I made a really silly mistake. I dropped a stitch and I tried to pick up the stitches and I messed it up. So I'm just making it worse. So I'm putting that down now. I'm going to have another glass of wine. We're going to watch an episode of Bridgerton. We're going to go to bed. So it's going to be a bit of a shorter vlog today just because that's how it's fallen with the amount of making I've got done. So I'm going to say goodnight and Dan will say goodnight.
Night night.
And Mia will say goodnight. Yeah. And I will see you tomorrow and we'll find out what I managed to get made. It's Sunday tomorrow and football season's over. So we will not be going to watch Phoebe play football. I've got a bit more housework to do, but not as much as today. So I'm hoping I can have a bit of a slow morning and undo the mess I've made with my socks and get some crafting done. I'll see you then. Bye.